Yeah, right there's a front paw print. Incoming! Anything might be down in here. Woo! Yeah, hollowed out tree trunks to make water troughs. Hey everyone, MinerBiker here. We are back for part 8 of the Grandview Grand Adventure. We are here at Meadow Canyon where we left off last time, which was actually just yesterday. There's the Deer Springs Ranch Iron Gate. In case you missed it, that is the ranch that I grew up on, Deer Springs Ranch right there. And the Grandview Trail was one of our very favorite places to ride in the summer. Spent so much time up here, and it is incredible to be back. So yep, we are here at the Meadow Canyon Road. Yesterday we came from that way, doing Crawford Pass and down Pipeline here to Meadow. Today we are going this way. We're going to go up and over to Crawford Canyon and then on to Lower Podunk Creek, and then going to turn around and come back. So this will be an out and back ride today. It's got me and the dogs. So here we go. Part 8 of the Grandview Grand Adventure from Meadow Canyon to Podunk Creek. Huh? Trail's over here, bud. This section from here over to Crawford Canyon, another section that we rode a lot. This section is very, very, very familiar. Of course, talking 20 years ago, the memories are a little vague, but they are there. You dogs know where this trail goes? Hook this way, bud. Obviously the dog doesn't know where he's going. A little sandy. Now we are going to do a switchback climb all the way up and over this ridge up here in front of us. Should be fairly moderate, although it is pretty soft and loose. Plus tires help out a ton with that. A few people walking on it. I don't see other bike tracks, but there's been people walking. Good to see it at least gets a little bit of use by something other than deer and the elk that use it. I need a fat bike for some of this loose stuff. We're looking down on the red reservoir at the top of the Meadow Canyon meadow. We were looking out from the other direction yesterday after coming down Pipeline. And up there's the cliffs that you're right under on the Crawford Pass Trail. Oh, so pretty. Absolutely love it. There's a great view of our ranch looking straight down Meadow Canyon. So these cabins right here on that hill were some of our guest cabins that we took care of, people would come and stay in. Then you got 3 ponds down there. Those were fishing ponds that we planted with fish. And then just looking straight down Meadow Canyon and just out of sight down that canyon is where the ranch headquarters was that we actually lived at. We got Deer Springs Point straight out ahead of us, the big mesa. And over here is what we call Little No Man's Mesa and Timber Mountain. Then way out to main No Man's Mesa. And far horizons, the Kaibab Plateau out on the north rim of the Grand Canyon. Holy cow, that's something to see it again. Yep, and up here on the top, up through some ponderosas up here. Oh, ponderosas smell so good. Grand view. Nice to know we're still on the right trail. Now we descend, we'll start dropping and kind of traversing around this hill down into Crawford Canyon. Whew. Legs are going to be beat up by the end of this one with all this oak. That's good for them. I remember this little set of switchbacks here. Definitely loose and dry. Whoa, boy. Ah, high gear. Now we're coming around into Crawford Canyon. The road's on the hillside across from us there on the ranch. We're just barely outside the border here still. Definitely a little loose, kind of floating on it. remember this grove of huge oak trees down here. Very little log. We actually camped with our horses in here a few times. Ride our horses from home all the way up into here, camp for the night, and then ride them, and then ride back home. Here we are on the top of the Crawford Canyon Road. Right there you can see Grandview Trail, 1.9 miles back to Meadow Canyon. And here we go up this road a little ways up to the end of the road. Just barely out of sight down that way is the cattle guard and fence, which is the, actually you can see the fence runs right there. That's the boundary of the forest and the ranch. There's a little bit of dog water here in Crawford Canyon. Just enough to at least cool the paws and get a little drink. Good dogs, huh? Such good dogs. Actually, the remains of a really old cabin right here. Super old cabin. A little rougher shape than it was 20 years ago. It wasn't in very good shape then. Old log cabin, axe cut logs. This is pioneer era. Mid to late 1800s. Okay, here we are at the end of the road. There's our Grandview Trail, Lower Podunk Creek, 3.8 miles. This stretch we didn't ride quite as much, but we still rode from here to Podunk quite a bit. After Podunk, from there on to Sheep Creek, we never really did much over there. Oh, nice getting the shade. Just a steady climb. Can't remember how big this climb is. Doesn't really matter. However big it is, we're doing it. I'll get a shot of some Redmond re-lyte, electrolyte stuff here. I know the bell can be annoying on the video, but you know the reason for it. Oh yeah, I remember this down in here. These ponderosa trees. Yeah, this has got a real familiar feel to it. Let's see here. Yeah, so Birch Canyon, the old sign used to be right up there. Huh, good as new. Super pretty down here at the big old ponderosas. I love ponderosa trees, I keep saying that, but I just love them. Oh, so close to spinning out, but we kept her going. There is actually a bike track on this stretch not too long ago, certainly this year. It's fun to see that somebody else riding this. Not the only crazy one. Oh, it's gorgeous. Fun row says the mules here. Scrub oak and maples. Your cedar trees. Beautiful combination. Up into the maples. Thick maples. Whew. Climbing on up. Yeah, bud. There's bear tracks. There are bear tracks on this section. Yeah. Yeah, right there's a front paw print. On the front right there. Old bear using the trail. Old black bears out here doing their thing. Up we go! Again! Yeah, somebody's been through here with a little machine. Yeah, I guess somebody's drove through here with a little dozer or something. That's funny. Oh boy. Yeah, no. That's steep. Woo. How you dogs doing? Doing all right? It's pretty warm, isn't it? Gravel Canyon. So from right here at Gravel Canyon on the Grandview Trail, it's very much needed now. If you hike, if you cross country hike down this way a little ways, you get to what's called Gravel Springs. There's good dog water and stuff down there, probably even people water. So you wouldn't even know it was there if you didn't know it was there. So we're gonna hike down here to Gravel Springs real fast and get some water. Alrighty, after a bit of a little cross-country journey, we've made it to Gravel Springs. We got some water trickling out. One of the coolest things about these springs here, back in the sheep herding days, they cut down these great big ponderosa trees and hollowed the trunks out to make these water troughs. Yeah, hollowed out tree trunks to make water troughs. Long time ago, I say this is back in back when they used to run sheep all over. This is old stuff. Cool though. I love the old wooden sheep troughs. So there was another one right there that's all completely rotted away. Like a little tramp off through the wilderness. And that little spring down in there is cool because it's got the history with the troughs and stuff like that, but there's no like official trail or anything leading to it. It is just, like I say, it's a spot that if you don't know it's there, and just that, you don't know it's there. Okay, back to the bike. After our little hike down at Gravel Canyon, down to Gravel Springs. I'm glad I was able to remember where to go to get to that. Cool little spot. Plus I watered the dogs and I filled up their top back off the bottles, and I'm carrying dog water in. So I should have plenty of dog water for the rest of the ride. Plus there's a little bit of spring back in Crawford too. We'll have that on the return trip as well. Nice deep dark forest down in here. Oh, pedal through that sand. Get your momentum up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, down we go. Now we're starting to drop down into Podunk.
A little overgrown. Oaks and the maples are taking this stretch back a little. Trail bed itself's in pretty good shape. Just a little overgrown. Whew. Some deep old bush down in here. Incoming! Anything might be down in here. Woo. Those maples and oak are really taking this trail back. Oh man, that leg is getting hammered. Ah! Good heavens, this is insane. It's gonna be fun to climb back up through all this. Woo! Yeah, buddy. A brush busting on a bike. Yep. Get over that one. Not that one though. That one's a little big. And yes, show off. Just pop over it like it's not even there. Give me quite a little push up and out of here. Ow. Hey, I remember this tree. This tree is freaking huge. I think it's a fir tree, but I remember this tree because this is like the biggest pine tree we ever saw anywhere down here in all our years of horse riding and hiking all over the place. This is the biggest tree we ever saw down here. It's pretty insane how thick and overgrown that is coming through there. Wow. I'm lucky to have any skin left on my legs by the time all this little scrub oak's done with them. Okay, just This is Podunk, Lower Podunk Creek. You access this trailhead off the Scootampar Road up the Bulrush Hollow Road. How's it going? All right, everyone, we have arrived at the Lower Podunk Creek trailhead. You can see it's got a nice big parking circle here. The road that comes up Bulrush Hollow off the Scootampar Road to access this. Hitching rails for your horses. Got your little restroom over there. Got your sign kiosk. And right here, here's the Grandview sign. Continue onward. You can see it's 10.8 miles onto Willis Creek and 18 miles left from here to the Sheep Creek trailhead. Not very far to go. You got only 18 miles left. But we're gonna leave that for another time. We are gonna have this be our turnaround point today. We're gonna get some food and then we are gonna ride on back over to Meadow Canyon to finish up this here part 8 of the Grandview Grand Adventure. Also, an interesting note, you are literally within a few hundred yards of the Bryce Canyon National Park border right here. You can see up through the cliffs, that is Uvampa Point right up there that looks south over Bryce Canyon. Got some people that are hiking down here. There's your hiking out of Bryce Canyon. But yes, you are just right up there, right to the Bryce Canyon National Park boundary. Anyways, time to get some food, water the dogs, feed the dogs too, and then we will turn around and climb our way back up out of Podunk Creek, up through all that brush. That'll be fun. Seeing our little sign here. Got 3.8 miles back to Crawford, 6 back to Meadow, and 6T all the way back to Red Canyon. 60 miles. Horse Hollow, what this is called. This little thing you drop down into coming into Podunk. Where are you guys hiking to?
I don't know. Go a few miles from the line.
I just wanted to make sure you guys didn't think this connected back to Bryce, because it doesn't.
Look at this, a spike.
That's cool. Don't step on it, that'll hurt.
I think it.
Have fun. That's cool to see them not only out, but they're really out here. And it's going to be a pretty big hike by the time they get back up to Uvampa Point. It'll be a real big hike. Good on them. Fun to see and surprising to run into somebody down here. I would not have expected it. Whew. Up into the forest. Oh, it is hot and muggy down here in the bushes. Oh, great. Oh, and we spun out on the pine cones. Holy freak. Glad to see the top of that. Woo! Back down here in Birch Canyon. Time to drop down Crawford. And do this sandy stretch. You only need your brakes. They're still pedaling here, even with as steep downhill as it is. Look at that sand. So much drag. Oh. Dragging pedals on both sides. Oh, the wind is nice. Feels so good. Squirrel. Okay, coming out onto the Crawford Canyon Road. The old cabin there on the right. Hey doggies, we'll mosey on down here. Get down to the water where that spring was. There's your little water. Ain't much, but you can at least wet the paws down, huh? We got water for you to drink. So. We got water to drink. Just need to cool off a little bit. Okay, turn back off onto the trail. Gonna climb back up over the Meadow Canyon. We kept her going. Ended up a little in the tree, but we kept her going. Oh, it's so loose. We made her up. No more climbing today. Getting pretty good. Good thing it ain't any hotter, huh? We'd all be cooking, especially you guys. You guys can't sweat like I can. Took a nice, good long break there in the shade for the dogs to cool off. So nice in the shade and where the wind's blowing. The wind makes such a big difference. Hey, Bubba. Cutting the corners down the hill. Where's the other dog? There she is. Woo. Tight. Back to Meadow Canyon. Oh yeah. I just gotta go just a little ways up this very moon dusted road to get up to where I parked the truck up here. Good job, doggies. Well, everyone, that does it for part 8 of the Grandview Grand Adventure from Meadow Canyon to Podunk Creek. That was quite the epic little ride out and back. Fun to see how much of that trail was still there in my memory. I mean, little details are different. I mean, it was 20 plus years ago and I was a little kid back then, so things seem a little different, but so much about that was still very much alive in the old memory there. That was really cool. Definitely glad it wasn't any hotter. If it had been any hotter, it would have been borderline too hot for the dogs. But thankfully, between 3 water bottles on the bike, 2 water bottles in my backpack, plus my 3-liter bladder, plus being able to refill 2 bottles at Gravel Springs, we all stayed nicely hydrated. So make sure to leave a like and subscribe for the 2 best trail dogs in the world. Anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you check out the rest of the Grandview Grand Adventure. That playlist will be linked in the cards in the upper right hand corner, along with my bike check on my Fezzari Wasatch Peak hardtail, which is pretty customized. It is definitely not the stock option you get, but got some customizations and I love it. It is a fantastic bike for this kind of riding. So versatile and just solid, simple, bomb-proof. Not afraid to take it out in the freaking middle of nowhere because I know it's gonna get me back. So check out Fezzari bicycles too. They're awesome. Good local Utah company. Anyways, thanks again for watching. If you've subscribed already, thank you so much. If you haven't, I invite you to do so. Like that hit button, leave us a comment down below, and keep digging up new places to ride.